Hi guys, it's Justin here, and I'm gonna discuss how to adjust the X, Y, and Z axis stop switches for the Rapide Lite 200 before turning it on for the first time. Okay guys, I'm gonna start with the X axis, and let me just show you why we're doing this. So you got two switches, one on each side, and we want to set it to where it stops before it runs in to this wire. The wire is the thing sticking out the most, so it's going to hit the wire before it hits the frame. So if you followed my tutorial on wire routing, the place that's going to be sticking out the most is going to be right up here. Actually, I made one little fine tuning to that video. Is I cut off the shielding right under this last zip tie, which you can kind of see here. I routed the zip ties through the hole for the nut on the frame, and I wrapped it around the wire and then back through and secured it this way. That was the best way I could come up with to not have it sticking out. Anyway, by cutting off the excess shielding here, I was able to tuck this wire a little closer to the frame, which gave me a little more travel for this X and Y, this X axis going back and forth. So I'm going to move up to the switch and just reposition. Okay guys, from this perspective we can see the set screw for the switch on the left side here. So go ahead and loosen that so we can adjust our switch. And then I have the wing all the way up and level. I used a level. So it's level and all the way up right before it's about ready to hit the top of the frame here. So if you followed my wire routing guide, this will be the part that's sticking out the most right here. So we're gonna adjust this stop switch to stop right before it touches here. So this Allen key I picked up separately outside of the kit. It just fit a little better than the one that came in the kit. I believe Rapide Lite identified that the one that came with it isn't exactly the right size, so they're going to be fixing that going forward. However, if you have the old style key, just try a new key. It's going to fit a lot better. So I got that loose, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same key, this 1.5 millimeter key, and I'm going to move this over. See right there, it's touching. I'm going to move it over so it's not touching, just this little gap right here. 1.5 millimeter gap, and then remove it. Now you can see there's a little gap there. So I'm going to move this switch over. You'll be able to hear it click. You hear that? So we want to move it over till it clicks, and then tighten the set screw here. And that'll let the printer know that, hey, don't go any further and damage yourself. So now it'll stop right there instead of going all the way. So that's perfect on this side. Now, just make sure this is nice and tight. Now I'm gonna move to the right side and show you that. Okay guys, now I'm on the right side. And the first thing that hits on this side is going to be these wires here, as you can see. So we're going to set the gap in between these wires and this cable here. So just go ahead and take the 1.5 millimeter Allen key, stick it right in between here. And you can remove it. You can see there's a little gap there. So from this point, let's go back up like we did on the other side and move the loosen the set screw, move the switch over until I hear the click, and tighten the set screw back down. Okay, now that's tight. There we go. So it's stopping right before it runs into the cable. So that's the X-axis. Now I'm going to show you guys the Y-axis. Guys, here's our Y-axis end stop switch. Now this came pre-installed from the factory, and you can see it's moved all the way to its forward position. And I'm going to move the camera so you can see exactly what's happening. Okay guys, from this perspective we can see the corner of the heat bed, and I'm just going to move the heat bed towards me, and that's where the switch stops. It's right there. I don't know if you can hear it. So that's actually pretty close to the edge of this plate, maybe a 1/4 inch. So you got the adjustment I just showed you. If you want to go closer to the edge, you can make that adjustment. For now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'll adjust it down the line if I really need to go closer to the edge. So next, we're gonna talk about the Z-axis. Okay guys, the Z-axis is a little trickier this time. We'll do the final calibration and the software on my next video. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to see that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting excited to turn this 3D printer on. So stay tuned for my next video when I download the software and get this sucker plugged in and running. Alright guys, have a good day. Bye.